Stirring the Tim Hortons coffee with chopsticks using the Vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. You know, when I used to do this every day, those words just rolled off my tongue. Now that I'm doing it once a week, I actually have to think about it. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started. But first, Tim Hortons coffee. People said, you got to try Tim Hortons. It's the most popular coffee in Canada. All right, we'll see. It's okay. It's just okay. Might have to try it again, but I'm just not. What do people say now? It's not vibing with me? It's not vibing with me. I'm not feeling it. This might be the Canadian version of 8 o'clock coffee. And then, wait, don't Tim Hortons have stores too? Aren't there Tim Horton coffee shops? It's okay, but it's not. I wouldn't call this a Canadian coffee claim to fame. Just my opinion as a coffee aficionado. But it's okay. It'll pass. But now I got a whole damn bag I got to go through it. I remember once getting like this chock full of nuts coffee. It used to be good when I was growing up back in the 60s. I remember getting it out of nostalgia, you know, because the can. You just see the can. I just remember the can being in the house. Cans of coffee. When I was growing up, there was no bags of coffee. The only beans were 8 o'clock coffee, and you'd get them ground at the store. Nobody had coffee grinders at home, or very few people did. And I remember, say, 20 years ago, trying chock full of nuts coffee out of nostalgia. Now you got to remember, 20 years ago, I was in my 40s. I tried it again in my 40s, 30 years after we had it in my home growing up. And it was the single nastiest coffee. I mean, literally tasted like dirt to me. Tasted like dirt. And you got to realize that once you start roasting your own coffee and having higher end coffees, just your everyday off-the-shelf coffee is nasty. So people's tolerance for crap is very low now. There's a high expectation. I had higher expectations. Everyone said, you got to try Tim Hortons. You got to try Tim Hortons. All right. I'm going to make it next in a pour-through method. And then after that, I'll try it in a French press. And then after that, I'll try it cowboy coffee style. So we'll see. But first impression, made in a Farberware percolator that was freshly cleaned. You know, if I'm out camping, it'll suffice. But sitting in my chilly home right now, it ain't working. It is chilly right now. That's why I'm wearing a hat in the house. Some people said, why do you wear a hat in the house? Because there's 2 windows here and a big sliding glass door there, and it's just, and a skylight there. So it's just very chilly here in the cozy nook. For those of you that are new, there's a little addition that was put onto the kitchen table, windows, sliding door going out to the deck. You can see the deck there, and you can see I'm fixing the gate right there. A nook. This is a nook. It's a cozy nook. It's a place where I sit, I read. I don't puff on cigars or pipes here. I don't do any of that in the house. That's why I go out to the Van Gogh room and do that. So this is the cozy nook. Whenever I talk about being in the cozy nook, this is what I'm talking about right here. Back to the show. Good morning. Connected fitness. The fitness industry is a $100 billion industry. The connected fitness industry is a $10 billion industry. Connected fitness is this. You watch an online course, stretching course, kickboxing course, boxing course, a workout video, live or recorded. You subscribe to a fitness service. For instance, you might purchase a certain piece of fitness equipment and then subscribed to a $14.99, $15 a month online classes to use that piece of equipment. They do this kind of exercise on Mondays, this on Wednesdays, this on Fridays for different people. A men's class, a woman's class, an older person's class, a beginner's class, an expert's class, that kind of thing. That's called connected fitness. It's done online. And that has doubled in the past couple of years for obvious reasons. When gyms were closed, a lot of people did their workouts at home, in the garage, in the basement, that kind of thing. But many times, newbies don't know what they're doing. What's happening is they're doing fitness on their large smart TVs, on their phones, their laptops, that kind of thing. There are now, picture your big TV, your 55-inch LG. Turn it on its side, okay? Not landscape, but portrait. Now you have a large TV in front of you with a full-size human being in front of you, working out with you to the point where it senses what you're doing. So in other words, if you're doing curls, they're like, good form. Now, so it's like a virtual trainer. Good form, go a little bit slower. That last rep was a little bit too fast. So you're just going a little bit slower. Okay, now hold it a second. Now bring it down slow. They're guiding you, literally, just like there's a human being in front of you. That's connected fitness. That is the intuitive end of connected fitness, where it's interactive with you. And then there's just the teaching end, where it's more like video. Now we're seeing things like the big screen, and then a bench that kind of comes down. You lay down and you do your bench presses. You might be doing different bench exercises while a person on video is prompting you. It could be live, it could be streaming, it could be just videos that you just click on. And it can also be in real time as well. So literally 10 a.m. Eastern time, you could tune in and join a class with an instructor in real time at literally 10 a.m. They could be in Charleston, you can be in Philadelphia, New York, Maine, Virginia Beach, Tampa, whatever. You understand what I'm saying now? This is connected fitness. The connected fitness industry doubled in the past year and a half because of the because gyms were closed. So it's a huge, huge field. And I'm thinking of investing in it. Connected fitness now, you can get into connected fitness investments for under $2 a share right now. I'm thinking that anything connected fitness can be the next Google. How much money would you have now if you invested $10,000 into Google's initial public offering? You would have over $300,000 now. Interesting. It's all speculative, right? For those that made the money, it's real. It's real. Some people say that the stock market is nothing but a giant casino. This is still just okay. Nothing great. This is nothing great. If you need coffee, you're on the trail, you're camping. I would imagine if you're freezing, you just got done like sleeping in a tent, you put on the campfire and you got to make coffee. This is okay. But for someone living in a home that has heat, this is not acceptable. It's not. If I went to someone's house and they gave me this as a cup of coffee, I'd never go back to their house. But then again, like I said, that's percolator coffee. That's not pour through or French press. So we'll see. So connected fitness could be the next big thing. Just something to look at, my friends. Friendly acquaintances, right? Do not give your strength to women or your ways to those who destroy kings. Proverbs 31:3. In other words, no simping. Enough already. The average girl, I'm not even talking like pretty. I'm talking like average. Girl next door could post on Instagram or other social media and get 100 guys giving thumbs up, panting, saying, beautiful, you're so beautiful. Like all this kind of stuff. Like how girls do. You know, a girl posts a picture and a million of her lady friends will say, beautiful, stunning. Men, 100 times worse. Do not give your strength to women or your ways to those who destroy kings. No simping, gentlemen, no simping. Gorilla Fitness from the Gorilla Bow, which I'm going to be doing a review this weekend, is giving my subscribers an extra 10% discount. They're already doing a 15% off thing through next Wednesday. So if you add the promo code ListenMySon to that order, you're going to get 25% off. It's pretty darn good. Thank you, Gorilla Fitness. I appreciate that. So it's gorillabow.com. You want to check it out. I'm already impressed. I already know. I can just tell that I'm going to get a great workout with this item. Already can tell. I watched all the Gorilla Bow videos, and they also have a subscription service. Think about this. And their subscription service, fitness service, is a virtual, think about this. It's like $14.99 a month. They have live classes, recorded classes for every demographic of person. $14.99 a month to do in your own home. And this thing, you can just prop it up in the corner. Just amazing. So that is what I'm talking about, connected fitness. You purchase the item and then you pay for the classes. So where are they making their money? The item is probably paying for itself with a little bit of profit. Not a lot, but the real money is coming from the virtual services. But if you use the promo code ListenMySon, you get an extra 10% off to the already 15% off, and that's through next Wednesday. That's pretty cool. I did not expect that. They sent me this item, so this is kind of like a courtesy to my subscribers. So that's cool. Definitely can appreciate this. And back to the analog way of doing things. For those that have a Planet Fitness near you, it's not a bad place to start your fitness journey. Let's get real. Even their simple 30-minute circuit workout 3 times a week is a small investment in your health with a huge payoff. Your body will get harder. I remember when I first started Planet Fitness, I was doing it for like about a month. And I didn't want to go in there and start lifting heavy. It was many years ago. When it first, I wasn't even living here, so that's how I know it was many years ago. It was up in Souderton, Pennsylvania, and I joined. And I started on the circuit, the 30-minute fitness circuit, which is just all machines. And I will never forget going on a date. And at the end of the night, little hugging time. And I could care less what women think of me or my body. I don't care. I'm disconnected from that stuff kind of have gone my own way. I don't live by other people's validation, but I will not forget this woman putting her arms around me and saying, "Oh, you are nice and solid." Exact words. And that was from 30 days of doing the fitness circuit. Now I was just I had lost weight. I had muscle, but it wasn't solid yet at the time. And she's saying, "Man, you are really solid." And that was after 30 days. The body gets harder, you sleep better, skin will improve, your body will crave real food and pure water. Trust it. Use the machines in a slow, one set, time under tension, work to exhaustion model, and you'll see and feel results. You will lose weight. I tell people, just get ready to buy new clothes. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. If you go there during off hours, you'll practically be there by yourself. If you get an accountability or workout buddy, you'll get quicker results. I'm not a fan of all the chicks in spandex, and they're only there during peak hours anyways. They're all distractions, but they're easily avoided. Planet Fitness is $10 a month for just the regular membership and $25 a month for the Black Card, which is a great deal, which includes a lot more, including bringing a free guest every time you go. So it can be 2 for 1, which is pretty darn cool. But there's a lot of stuff there that you can do. A lot of stuff. So for people who want to put it down, sure, you can join a million other gyms, but Planet Fitness can be the gateway drug to fitness for a lot of people. Hey, how about this? The attack on men continues. A woman posts on Twitter, "It's the holidays, ladies. Times are hard and Christmas lists are long. I'm selling positive pregnancy tests and sonograms for $35 each. Trap him into treating you right through the holidays or get that abortion money and prosper." Whew. This is real, man. This is real. Speak well, earn more. Write well, earn more. Appear well, earn more. Do you see a theme here? Doing things well, practicing things to excellence, always leads to making more money. Always. Always. So there's never a downside. The jury is back. The verdict is in. When you do these things, speak, write, and present well, you will earn more. No questions asked. And in other news, are all your children yours? Working with a guy now, father of 4, discovered his youngest child is not his. Heartbreaking dilemma for the dad and the kids. Happens more than anyone knows. Most men are afraid to even question or confront this. The data shows that 4 out of 100 men are raising a child that's not theirs. And I'm not talking about adopting a child, children, or blending families. I'm saying you had 4 kids with your wife. One of those kids might not be yours. Now, check this out. 1 out of 10 women aren't sure who the father is. 1 out of 10 women aren't sure who the father is if there's multiple children. They don't know exactly. This is data. This isn't me. This isn't red pill stuff. This isn't manosphere stuff. This is data. Holy crap. I think that paternity tests need to be law. It just needs to be part of the birth process. When a woman gives birth, that baby and the father both need to submit DNA. Obviously, they take DNA from the child, swab its mouth or something like that, and the father, and that needs to be proven. Has to be. You know, it's interesting, there are some guys who say, well, you need to do that. You need to support that child if it's not yours. Oh my gosh. There's actually people that think that. And where do I find them the most? On Gab. Kind of like the cuck capital of the internet. I've never seen so many self-righteous cucked Christian men in my entire life than on Gab. It's almost like it's a cuck magnet. There's a lot of good people there too, but I will tell you that toxic Christianity is alive and well on Gab. There's also a lot of good Christian people there. Avatar and Titanic director James Cameron says testosterone is a toxin that men must terminate from their system. All right. Pretty funny, right? Here's a cold remedy. In a blender, put garlic, onion, cinnamon, curry, and honey. Drink 1 cup and then rub the rest on your chest. Will that prevent a cold? Yes. You'll smell so bad that people with colds will avoid you. I thought that was pretty funny. There was a joke that I heard the other day. A woman, I'm even laughing just thinking about it. It's pretty funny. A woman goes to the doctor and says, Doc, I think these hormone pills you gave me are a little strong. My voice is getting deeper and I'm starting to grow hair in my chest. The doctor replies, hair in your chest? How far down does it go? The woman answers, all the way to my balls. Come on. That is freaking funny. Men are usually the ones asking for marriage. Women are usually the ones asking for divorce. I'm not lying. Am I lying? And there are reasons for this. Gentlemen, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is stop getting on one knee and asking a woman to marry you. That's just my opinion. I got friends that have done it. It's just not my style. Once you've done that once, you don't get into the habit of doing it again. Just that's me. And I'm not busting on the people who've done that. Although I do know women that collect engagement rings. I know one woman who has 3 engagement rings. Literally, 3 engagement rings. She broke off 3 engagements, kept the rings, and bragged about it. How do I know? I worked in a salon with 10 women. And I'm all ears. When I'm around women, I don't want to be the center of attention. When I'm around a group of women, I listen. And the stuff that I've learned, I could write a book, as they say. But I didn't. I started a YouTube channel. If your wife splits, she will have met Chad either on social media, at work, or at the gym. Some of you understand that personally, intimately. That's a fact. All social media platforms are dating sites. That's the good news, and that's the bad news. Someone says, I'm getting married, or I got this new girlfriend. I always click around and take a look at what he says and what she says. If she's on social media, showing her cleavage and her ass, then, and of course with just all kinds of men just drooling, beautiful, hey, sexy, validating the woman, then dude is in trouble. Dude is in trouble, because there's no way that he can ever match or exceed the amount of validation that complete strangers on social media have given her. Can't happen. He will always fall short. This is a true story. I got Chinese takeout. This is about 10 years ago. I got 2 fortune cookies in the bag. One said, you will make a new friend. The other said, beware of a new person that will walk into your life. I took a picture of that. I got to find it and post it. True story. You will make a new friend. The other one said, beware of a new person that walks into your life. What do you believe? Who would I never hire? Men who take foolish risks with women. Believe me, that would be part of my pre-hiring investigation. It always comes back to you as an employer. If a guy is making foolish risks with women and he's working for you, he is going to take profit away from your company. He's going to get divorce raped. He's going to get depressed. His productivity is going to go out. So you do your secret investigation. Important. Men who make dumb decisions and risks with women are a super high risk for your company. This is why the contract employer, the 1099 consultant, might be your best hire, so to speak. Someone who's project oriented, but taking on another employee who has a history of risking with women or multiple divorces, you can't say this now because that's discrimination. Just do your research, do your investigation properly. Divorce takes productivity and money away. Men's divorce takes productivity and money away from companies. Women's divorce, not as much. Someone said, "Who's your healthcare provider?" My answer is always me. I am my own healthcare provider. Nobody else is responsible for me, not my doctor, not my insurance company. How I look now, or how I ever looked, is my responsibility. My lab work, my responsibility. Changing anything I don't like, my responsibility. Do you see a theme here? You are your healthcare provider. Alan Roger Curry passes away in the past week. I believe he died on November 28th. Probably the best dating coach that there ever was. The book Mode 1 is an absolute classic. I'll put a link for it down below. I think Mode 1 is also a sales book. I'll be honest with you. Same thing with Rollo Tomasi's latest book, The Player's Handbook. Basically, how to present yourself. It's a great sales book. It's a great book on getting hired, getting a job. Whoever would have thought that dating books, game books, would be good in the workplace? It would be good regarding commerce and networking. Use your imagination, broski. You don't game just women in life, you game employers, contractors, business partners, and I'm not saying manipulate either. There are principles that work across the board, across many disciplines. Having game in life is important, not manipulation. Game. Big difference. You don't take a woman back after she cheats. It's not even negotiable. Your children might not even be yours, as we talked about, but man up, take that high road. Turn that home into a housewife. I can't even believe I have to say that. It just blows my mind that I have to tell men that. There are men out there who think that I'm crazy and that I'm not Christian for saying that. I don't care. Taking your life, committing suicide, is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Number two, that was number one. Number two is all problems are temporary. All problems are temporary. Everything that is a problem in your life is temporary. It will pass. Number three, others have gone through the same shit that you are, and they realized it, that it's temporary. Number four, wait until the storm clouds pass, and they will. What you're feeling sucks. I'm not going to deny that. Been there, felt that. But it's a feeling. And guess what happens with feelings? They're like the clouds in the sky. They change. They move. As my dad used to say about the weather in Florida, if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. Number five, take a walk, work out, talk to a professional. Friends and family may dismiss you or not take you seriously. Number six, create options for yourself. Don't paint yourself into a corner with one woman if you're single, one source of income. And seven, stop listening to stuff that takes you to dark places if you feel like you ever wanted to end it. In my 35 years of experience with working with men, guys seem to need permission to leave a relationship or a marriage. Imagine that. A guy sitting in a kitchen, in a cozy nook, in front of his phone and a laptop, needs to give you permission to leave the marriage or relationship? The worst, saddest, and most pathetic cases are Christian men, and it was very difficult for me to come to that conclusion. Not anymore. Date long, marry slow, and if you're going to get divorced, divorce fast. Most of the divorce PTSD comes from the long, drawn-out process. It's like castration by ants. Castration by 1,000 ants nibbling your balls off over a period of time. And your money leaking out of your bank account. And your give a damn being stolen. And your care and your hope. Everything that makes you a decent guy will leave you during the divorce process. Most men experience what I call relationship PTSD because of the breakup, because of the divorce. You can minimize that. Date long, marry slow, divorce fast. Am I pro-divorce? Only if you've already decided that it's over. I'm just not. People say, I can't believe you're a Christian and you're promoting divorce. I said, if you already decided you're going to be divorced, do it fast. The process is going to hurt you and everyone else. You can avoid the PTSD part. That's why men get cold feet. Because they've been hurt in the past. Well, the first day of spring is going to get here. First day of spring is March 20th. You're still going to be fat, have an A1C of 12, and buying dented cans at Aldi if you don't act now. Think about it. While everyone else is hibernating and putting on 15 pounds, you could transform your life and wallet in the next 4 months. In the next 4 months. You can. Start now. Putin signs a law imposing heavy fines for promoting non-traditional sexual relations, pedo, and gender reassignment amongst people of any age. My man. Do you know why women love older guys? Because they don't give a shit if she stays or goes. Not a lot of young guys can tell a gal, there's the door, honey, as easily as an older guy can. You know what that's called? It's called indifference. Having a little bit of indifference, having a little bit of not give a shit is actually a good thing. Gentlemen, I'll say 3 words that could actually save you. Scarcity, indifference, and dread. But I'm not going to say any more on that topic. Have a little bit of indifference. Have a little bit of don't give a shit in you. If she starts threatening divorce, or I don't know if this marriage is going to make it, there's the door, honey. I'll be okay if you leave. Goodbye. Call her freaking bluff. There's the door. Can you be a MGTOW? Can you be a man that has gone his own way and be married and be in a healthy relationship? Hell yes. And I'm not talking about being solipsistic, the world revolving around you, but you have to have your own. I've heard Rollo say this, and I don't know if he's the original or not, but I will attribute it to him because I like the way he says it. Rollo Tomasi. Good guy, good books. He says you have to have your own mental point of origin. If your world revolves around someone else, and I'm not talking about being selfish. If your world revolves around someone else, you will be in trouble. In trouble. And I'm not one of these guys that's going to slam on Rollo Tomasi. The guy's written a hell of a lot of good stuff. He's done his research. Don't get mad at the man. Get mad at the research. I understand. You might get angry at him. There was a time when he and I did not get along because of some things that I said. And I 100% take those back. I make a public apology. I've had to. If I'm wrong, I will be wrong. And I'm going to say it. I believe he has helped more men than probably almost anybody in the men's development arena. I don't even like the word manosphere anymore. I call it the men's development arena, and I would like for you to start calling it that. And finally, here's the soft side of me. A big hug to those who've said goodbye to a loved one in the past year. And I do this at the end of every year, thinking about those who have the empty recliner, the empty chair at the dinner table, or a quiet phone, a phone that doesn't ring anymore. You've just experienced the first Thanksgiving and are going to experience the first Christmas holiday without a dad, a mom, a child, a wife, a husband. I know it's going to be difficult. So if I can give you a big, giant virtual hug of comfort, then please accept that. This is a tough time of year for a lot of people. And it's not so much the depression, like this is a hard time of year for depression. I think what happens is we end up reflecting on our losses at the end of every year. As we're approaching a new year, we think about what we lost in the past year. And I like to talk about this at the end of every year. And with that, finish your Tim Hortons coffee, and I'll see you on the next Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.